Hello, my crafty friends. Welcome to Happy Place Crafting, crafting therapy for the soul. I hope you all are well. Today is day 26 of your prompt cards plus art play equals a journal card, a card, whatever you want to do. Okay, so let's get to it and pick some cards. Let's just do that one, because why not? Let's do that one. Let's do that one and that one. There we go. Easy peasy. All right. Let's see what we got. Zoom you in. Make sure we have all of them. We do. Okay. All right. So the element is a pattern. All right. That's easy enough. We can do that. Ooh, the make is a waterfall page. Interesting. The color is gleaming apples. Oh, very interesting. And the action is sanding. And Inktober. Today's is puzzling. Puzzling. Okay. We'll figure that out. All right. Let's camera back before I forget. Also, before I forget, if you're participating in Inktober, please remember to use the hashtag Inktober or Inktober 2025. And if you're participating in Dear Prompt, please remember to use the hashtag Dear Prompt HPC, as in Happy Place Crafting. Okie doke. We do have some red in here, which is kind of interesting. Okay. All right, here we go. Okay, sanding we'll worry about later. Right now, we need to worry about pattern, waterfall page, gleaming apples. Green apples. They could be green apples. They could be red apples. Red or green seems like Christmas colors to me. Why would gleaming apples? Well, apples could have that, like, before they're ripe, like that orangish. Because I kind of want to stick to our theme here. Okay, I don't think none of those. Those don't. We might be able to incorporate that. Ooh. That might work. This is kind of a reddish, and this is that orangish color before they become kind of bright. And some of them are kind of, is it the baking apples? They're kind of like not bright red. They're more of like a orangish red. But they taste really good and they're really sweet. We might use that. Let's see. Here's the rust. Yeah. We got there. It's too orange. It kind of has a reddish orange, but I like that as well. This kit really is a pretty kit. Especially if you print it correctly. It's my printer decided to go bonkers with the lines. It was that. That's kind of interesting too. So is that. places. I try to, when I design these kits, to do a little bit of everything. We could use that, but it's got the lines in it, so I don't really want to use that. I mean, look, there's some really pretty fall. But there's also flowers. So it's not like this is just a fall kit. It can be used whenever. Okay. Let's don't. Okay. Let's see. Let me get these two. Go inside. Well, we could make one. And I'm thinking. Okay. Thinking. Okay, if we glue this one down to the back, then we can use these three as waterfalls. For sure. This one almost seems out of place, I know. But we need to incorporate the Halloween theme in here somehow. I feel like that kind of does it. Apples. What else do we have to do? Sand. Pattern. Okay, so that would pretty much take care of all of that except for sanding, which we can do to something. What? Oh, puzzling. Puzzle. Puzzling. How get in here? How many pages do you need to be a waterfall? Could we just do that? And then use one of these as a pocket on here. And then we'll tuck whatever puzzling is into that. I think we're going to do that. Okay. All right, let's get our cutter out. We have a game plan, sort of. Kind of. All right. I think the width of this is fine. Maybe even a little shy. We just need to deal with the length, really. And we need it to be 9 3/4. 9 3/4. Is that the platform at Harry Potter? 9 3/4. I think it's 3/4 of something. Okay. Got that. Let's cut these down. The width of that one will be fine too. Let's just cut this down. Okay, whatever. I want this one to be. I'm trying to think. I don't know that I want it to go clear down. I think I want it to start there. And I want it to end. I'm going to leave enough. Send it here. Right. We're going to do that. Oops, we need to. Needs to be 7.5. How does it have? Okay. That'll go onto there. Maybe we need to make it a little bit. There we go. There we go. Better. Right, that, and then this one. Let's do it right there. And then let's cut it. Right there. I'm just eyeballing, no mathing involved here. Okay. And then we'll do that. It's a waterfall that way, but it's also waterfall this way. We're gonna put tabs on it, so that'll work. Okay, we need to pop it. We don't have to use that full sheet. Just do this. There we go. Okay. Okie dokie pokey. Whoops. Do that. And I'm trying to think of these two if I want to back them. Make them a little bit more stable. These three. I think I might do that. Let's glue this down first. Glue this down. Okay. Watched Hazel this morning. Had a bit of a haul. They call it Thrifty Connects, is what they call it. Never heard it called that until I started watching Kim Newberg. Let's put some stronger glue on this edge. It's to stay. It is bending so much at this point. She's getting chunky. She is. Just getting to be a chunkier little thing. Okay. There we go. I'm liking that. All right. We need... thing I never have a short supply of. But eventually I'm going to run out of because they stopped bringing stuff in paper bags. Which is odd to me. I don't know why. But they did. What's one of the nice things about the whole thing was the paper bag thing. And now they don't really bring as much. They're back in the plastic Walmart gray bags. Which I just don't, I think so many places they banned those. And the crazy thing was I had received a thing that said they were going to go to recyclable bags. And then you would just leave them out. And they would collect them. You know, but they, root pursuit. But anyways, yeah, they were supposed to, like collect them and then drop you off new ones. But they never did do that. So I don't know if, like, I don't know. I thought the paper bags were just fine. But I also kind of am like, I don't want somebody else's paper bags in my house. Or they're like, how do I know they don't have cooties? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not too keen on that kind of stuff. But, like, I'd see where maybe it would be a problem. Like, I don't want somebody else's recycled bags. Like, how do I know that, they have a clean house? Or I don't know. Just don't know with people, you know what I mean? So, like, not to say I'm judging, because I'm not judging. It's just that I'm weird about stuff like that. Okay. I mean, I kind of feel like we all are to some degree. I mean, when you get stuff from Goodwill, fabric things, you bring them home and you wash them. So, you bring them home, take all the tags off of them, and wash them. Oh my gosh, I had the best dream last night. That I was at this thrift store, but it was like, oh my gosh, it was actually so crazy because I pulled up to it and there was a garbage truck. It was super stinky and it was like pouring out clothes into this huge like dumpster thing. And I remember I went inside and they were like, and I said, oh my gosh, that's horrible. And she was like, yeah, I know. We get so many closed donations. We just can't even process them all. We end up having to throw most of them away. And then they go to other countries, which is, and I know that does happen. So I'm like, that must be my subconscious in my brain telling me something about all that. But anyways, so I was like a thrift store I'd never been to before, and so I started looking around, and um, and there were no prices on anything. And I remember I kept on asking people, what's the price of this? And they'd be like, I don't know. They charge you whatever they want to charge you. And I was like, what? Oh, it was crazy. Well, I think I did that upside down, but that's okay. It's all right. I'm not going to stress about it. But yeah, it was a crazy dream. But even I'm thrifting, even in my sleep. And the crazy thing is I haven't been thrifting in a bit, and I probably won't be. Um, the holidays and stuff. No, just thought it was funny. Funny little dream there. All right, what should we do with this? Should we? Oh no, we'll wait on that to decide what we're gonna do. Okay, this gonna bend up. All right, and then we'll flip. Let's put. Wait, let's round the corners of this. Sorry. Using that last night in the living room. Was doing some things while I was watching TV. Okay. Use the large one. Okie doke. Let's put glue on this. And put this up here. All right. I maybe should have made this a little bit shorter because of how rounded this is. It's going to make it difficult for that to stick. I'm going to have to put the glue on that. Let's just leave that for a minute. All right. We're going to have the same issue with this one. Probably should have given it a bigger thing to hold on to. Let's just do that. Sorry, my stomach is growling. I already ate breakfast, so I don't know what the problem is. Like, still hungry, I guess. Okay. Since we rounded the corners on that, let's round the corners on this. Let's put a notch in it. All right. Let's think of. Okay, how are we doing on time? Not bad. We still haven't gone on the puzzling yet, though. This here. You know, I gotta have some kind of pocket somewhere. Love pockets. Okay. Let's get our scraps. I wanted to. I want to do a tab that. Let's do one. This. Watched the weirdest show on Netflix. After I was done watching it, I was like, I don't even know what I just watched. It was funny because I watched the first episode and I was like, I couldn't decide if maybe it was scary or if it was a thriller. And I don't like scary stuff. So I was like, kind of hesitant about watching it. And oh, I'm gonna have to cut these so I can put it both sides, but that's okay. Do this first. But anyways, I ended up watching another episode, and then I was like, it was one of those things. It was interesting enough to you wanted to see what happens, but I was like so worried that it might be a scary movie because I don't do scary movies. Because they're not my thing. Some people, they're their thing, and that's fine. They can be their thing. Not my thing. Okay. Let's put this together. Do the same for this one. Let's I probably should have put a piece of stronger paper in between those, but that's too late now. Anyway, okay. Now we're going to put the opposite on the opposite. So this one is going to go on so that they're matchy-matchy. And pattern, there's a pattern in the flowers, there's a pattern in the plaid, so I'm not too worried about that. Okay, let's do that right there. And this one, we will do the same right above it. Do this. Okay. Very cool on that. All right. So let's see how we're doing. I think we've done all these. Oh, we haven't done sanding, but I think we'll leave that for the thing that's going to go in there. Okay. Gleaming apples. We did that color. I think that's fine. Waterfall page we did. Pattern we've got. We need to do sanding still. And we need to do I think we're going to do the card this way. I can cover the back with this. Puzzling. Oak. I think that's pretty good. Let's round the corners. What happens when you don't glue the corners down good enough? Okay, that's better. All right, so that'll be the back. This is the front. That's going to go in there. I'm going to mess it up when it... I did this last time, didn't I? I need to make it shorter. I need to make it shorter. Because this is what I did last time and I messed it up. I kind of remember that now. Okay. Do it to there. Okay. Try this again. Around the corners. Take two. All right. Now that'll work. Even if we put a tab in, we'll still be able to flip it up. Okay. All right. Now okay, I did puzzling, line drawing, easy. I don't want Sorry. That is not a very clear picture. Let's see what we can do with this. I did not know. Where's our pencil? All right. Because I kind of want to do, all right. Skeleton. We don't need his whole body. We just really need his head. That's not a very good drawing. But it's so fuzzy. Oh, there's a raise on. We need a better picture of a skeleton head. Hold on a minute. We're gonna do, I really need his arm placement is the main thing. Too thick. We need. Okay. And this. Okay. That, and I need his hand. The more I make it bigger, the fuzzier it gets. I think there's only 4 fingers. And this is shadowed in there. Okay. This needs to be on his head. That. This. Like that. And he has a jump here. Must be here. And jawbone coming there. There we go. And then this. Oops. Too big. And then these eyes. Okay. And then we're going to put question marks around it. And that'll be puzzling. He's puzzled. What is he puzzled about? What happened over here that he's looking at that he's puzzled about? God, there could be so many things. I know what he could be. Wait. I know what he's going to be puzzled about. Why did I do that again? I keep doing it. Okay, concentrate. Pumpkins, $50. And he's puzzled as to what the heck is going on there. Okay. A little to the cost of groceries these days. Okay. Little reminder. Groceries cost $6. Okay. It's worked out okay. Um, all right. When I finish this, I want to watch Taz. I like to watch her on Sunday. Okay. He's like, He's puzzled for sure. Puzzling. That's very puzzling. Why pumpkins would cost $50? Like when I moved to Texas and we went to get a Christmas tree the first year we moved there. And now, mind you, the only thing in Arkansas is pine trees. When you drive through Arkansas, it is the most boring state ever to drive through because all you see are freaking pine trees. However, we in Ohio back then could go to a lot and get a Christmas tree for $5. Easy. A beautiful tree. I remember going and my husband actually tipped the guy $20 for a $5 tree. Ridiculous. But anyway. Oh wait, we didn't like join this. Okay. But anyways, they were real live trees were so expensive in Texas. And I had had a real tree my whole life. But we ended up getting an artificial tree because it was so much cheaper. And I've pretty much had artificial trees ever since then. I think we had a live tree a few times after that. Not very many. Okay. Puzzling. He's puzzled for sure. Okay. We need a... Let's do a little tab. It needs to be that big. It reminded me of something. I don't know what it is. Okay. Let's... Okie dokie. This. How are we doing on time now? Close to 50 minutes. Always close to an hour. Can't get around that for some reason. Oh, I forgot the other side of this is plaid, but oh well. It'll be alright. Scissors. Trim that. And I need to write prompts down. The glue isn't dry. Cold. Still cold. Feel it. Okay. Let's write the prompts down. Oh, we didn't sand it. Wait, we need to sand it. Where is... sanding thing. I know I have a ton of them. Hmm. Wait, hold on. Oh, you know what? I know what we can do. We can use an emery board as a sander. We'll just, I don't know, sand this and rough it up. All right, and then maybe wrap these up a little bit. Maybe add this a little bit. There we go. Okay. That works. We did it! We did it! All right. Oh, we need to write these down. Okay. Okay. Sanding is the action. The color was gleaming apples. I think we did all right with that. Make is a waterfall page. That element was pattern. And Inktober was bling. Look. Ta-da. Okay. All right. So the pattern. Let's zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. Zoom in. The pattern. There's a pattern in the plaid. There's a pattern in the flowers. We did that fine. Waterfall page. We did that. Gleaming apples. We used not traditional apple colors, but kind of more fall apple colors. And I think there's plenty of that in here. And sanding, we just sanded along the edges and the tag and everything. So we did that. And then puzzling, we did very well with Skeleton, who's puzzled by how much the pumpkins cost. Great. A little nod to the cost of groceries these days. Okay. That is it. Fort Pitt. Oh, I wanted to show you a couple little things so I can put them away. Look. Carmen sent me this paper clip. Wait, let me. Okay. She sent me this paper clip. And I thought it was really interesting, right? Because you can put it on the edge of something and then it becomes a tab. And I thought, I think we could make these. So I traced it and then I put some washi tape on the top of it, a couple of different pieces of washi tape, and I cut a little slit in it. But if you had one of those slit punches for ribbon. That they're called they're for badges. Badge punch, the little slit. You could use that, and then you just slide the paper clip right through it, and you could decorate it any way you wanted, and then it just slides on, and it becomes an automatic tab, or you could put it on the top of the page. I just think it's a pretty cool idea. So I made that. And I also did this with, this was a piece of packaging. And I had taken the stuff out of it. And so I thought, well, I'm just going to kind of like collage like a little tiny masterboard on the front of it, which I did. And then you can kind of still see underneath the design a little bit. Kind of see it. Well, maybe not really. Anyways, I put tissue paper over it, and then I put a stencil on the tissue paper and blended it. And I folded over the end onto this side to make it into a tiny little, like a ledge pocket, and just put some torn paper there. And these were just scraps that I had. And I had these little tag type things. And then I got in a rose book I had and cut one of these out and make it into another little card. But yeah, I think it kind of turned out cool, and I can just stick it in, you know, a book somewhere. Just tuck it in, and it's just from something that we would normally throw away, right? So I wanted to show you that I did those the other day. So now I can put those away. And that's it. I am going to do a flip through probably one day this week of my Halloween journal that I made last year, Morticia. I got her out the other day because I wanted to look at her, and so I am probably going to do a little kind of like flip through. What did I do with my pens? Somehow lost my pens. I don't know what I did with them. Yikes. Oh, there they are. Anyways, I thought I'd just do a little, you know, walk through the past last year, catch up. For anybody that hadn't seen that, because it turned out actually pretty cool. So it's a cool little journal, and that's when I very first started doing journals too. So yeah, it's been about a year. So I feel like I've come a long way, baby. Because that one I mostly used a kit. So all right, I'm gonna let you go now because it's been over an hour. Until next time, I hope you find peace in your happy place. Ta-ta!